My two favourite Pokemon of all time are Noivern and Metagross, and I think those are two fairly common favourites. So while I've always wanted to make a video talking about them, I just didn't think it would be that interesting and quite difficult to get a really good video idea out of those two. But I've recently seen a lot of posts on the internet, predominantly TikTok, about what Pokemon people think are incredibly underrated. And, I see a lot of Bruxish and just a lot of bug types, and sometimes Pokemon based on animals that people wouldn't necessarily like. And then, of course, I see the ones where they're really hard just not to hate, like Miltank, who just looks inherently ugly. But one Pokemon I've never seen that I think is so underrated, design-wise more than anything really, is Snorunt, or Snorunt, a Pokemon so
underrated
I don't even know how to pronounce its name. So today, I want to make an entire video about Snorunt, since it's an ice type, and it's winter, and it's Christmas, and that would be a really good Christmas special, just to talk about this tiny little guy and how good he is, because I love him. He's not even in the top 10. Just look at him. Look at him. God, I'm gonna have to find so many images of this guy to make this video interesting, but just behold. After some brief research, I have found Snorunt's origin. Now, given that it was in Generation 3, and the Hoenn region is based on an area of Japan that is hopefully on screen, but I forgot, it is based on two Japanese folklore figures, that being the Yukinko, or Snow Child Wearing Straw, sorry about the pronunciation by the way, and the Zashiki Warashi, I'm so sorry, also known as the Child Spirit Bringing Good Fortune, which is referenced in some Dex entries talking about how it brings prosperity, which I didn't know about. That's cool. And the Yukinko element comes from its
straw
cloak in its design. Now, one cannot make a video about Snorunt/Snorunt without briefly touching on its evolutions Frostlass and Galail, or Galali, or Galilee, or whatever. Both of them are based on much darker myths, both Japanese as well, much like their pre-evolution, and I like these two. I especially like both of their Mega Evolutions. I used Mega Galali more commonly than any other Pokemon, just in front of Swampert and Rayquaza in my first playthrough of Omega Ruby, when I was about this big. And I've never used a Frostlass on any team, but its Mega looks quite cool. I just have a much more interesting to me Legends EA team with Pokemon that I actually like. But this video isn't about those guys, it's about Snorunt, and what I think is that Snorunt honestly deserves better. Its evolutions don't really look like it, and that sort of annoys me. But that just about does it. That's everything I could possibly say about Snorunt without making this video insanely bloated. And I want to keep these videos quite short so that they're quicker to edit, and I can get more out without feeling really sad and run down with the idea that I have to just constantly make videos. But anyway, I'm Raptor Brain, and you have been a wonderful audience, and I know I said Merry Christmas in the last video, but I plan to release this video on Christmas Eve. So, have a very nice Christmas, despite the fact I'm recording this on the 21st.